Good morning. Our lecture is about Focus on Careers Conference Interpreter, Lesson 10 in Unit 3. Now let us read the text. The place is the Hilton Hotel, Abu Dhabi, and the annual بمعنى سنوي. Arab Oil Industry Conference is about to break for lunch. Samira Al-Mahmoud, who has been interpreting from English to Arabic, removes her headphones. Asked how she prepared for this conference, Samira says, I knew the topic was oil, so I read about the subject to get familiar with technical terms. You can't use a general word like the ground, for example, when you actually mean the source rock. In my work, it is very important to listen to the news every day and read the newspapers. That way, you have good general knowledge and know what is going on in the world. Some interpreters read 3 or 4 newspapers a day. Samira was born in Britain, but her parents are both from Iraq. Samira grew up speaking Arabic at home, but English at school. After leaving school, she did a degree in Arabic at the University of London. Then, a 9-month postgraduate بمعنى الدراسات العليا course in conference interpreting. There was a lot of competition to get onto the course. And the course was very difficult. In fact, only 50% of the students who were accepted passed their final diploma exams. Samira, like most conference interpreters, works freelance. Freelance بمعنى مستقل. She only works when she wants to and for the organization that she wants to work for. She often works for the UN in New York and Geneva, and the World Bank and UNESCO in Paris. She earns around £450 a day. The amount you get depends on who you are working for and how many of you are working. It is less stressful if there are 2 of us in the booth. booth بمعنى كشك أو حجرة صغيرة. Then we can take turns. I interpret one speech, then a colleague does the next. This morning, whenever the speaker said figures like 250 million, 398,462, or 85,637 barrels of oil, my colleague wrote them down, so I didn't have memorized them. Samira says that remaining calm under pressure is the most important quality in an interpreter. It is important to convey the sense, إيصال الفكرة, even if you can't think of a particular word. Sometimes you will be feeling bad because you know the word. It is on the tip of your tongue. على طرف اللسان, but it is just won't come to you. But you mustn't waste time trying to remember it. If you do, you will miss the rest of the speech. Samira says it is also important to be able to think fast. She explained why most interpreters only go into one language. Samira's active language is Arabic, but very occasionally, it means sometimes, she goes into English. Recently, she was translating from Arabic to English for an Iraqi speaker on TV. Speaking in Arabic, he said, أكل العنب حبة حبة, words which translate literally into English as grapes are eaten one by one. But this literal translation would not have been clear to English listeners Thinking quickly, she translated the phrase into English as one step at a time. Even if you have lived all your life in Iraq and don't come from an international family like Samira's, it is still possible to become an interpreter. Arabic is a language which is very much in demand. بحاجة قيد الطلب. And if you can interpret from Arabic to English, you will never be out of job. The way to train as an interpreter is to first get degree in English, then do a postgraduate diploma in interpreting.